All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Welcome to the call. Go ahead and drop in where you are coming in from. And it looks like this thing was deleted on Facebook. Whatever. All right. Leo, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. And while we let people come in here, we should expecting a lot of people today. So can't wait to see everybody. Real briefly, in the Facebook Mastermind group for Listings to Leads, I just put a post that we will be coming out with an email blast a little bit later today on the Fed meeting. So I would go into the Mastermind group. I would like this post. If you are a client and you don't know how to get to the Mastermind group, I will point that out to you in a second. But there's a post here I made about 47 minutes ago, Fed meeting update email blast. And it says we'll drop an email blast based on the Fed meeting. And there'll be a version for your buyer leads and a version for your seller leads as well. Jacqueline, how are you doing? Jake, Jan, all the J's, goodness. D from Orange County. Love it. Southwest Washington, Vancouver. Okay. I'm thinking DC, but Vancouver, kind of the opposite side of the continent. Awesome. Jim, wow. Jim, Josh, Jane, Jan, Jacqueline, Jake. Today is the day of the J's. All right. Diane from Houston. Awesome. All right. Perfect. Again, go to the Mastermind group, like this post, maybe leave a quick comment. And that way, when I update this, you'll be notified. We'll probably send out an email. I'll do a quick little video, but I'm going to show you right now. So get over to listings2leads.com and log in. When you log into your account, you're going to land on the dashboard. And we're going to look at some real ads today. We're going to look at some real follow-up. And so this should be a good one. So keeping on the topic of the email blast real quick, when you log in and you go to the dashboard, scroll down and find the section called Database Email Blast, Engage Seller and Buyer Leads. And then you will be able to, when the new one is here, it'll just be right at the top. And what you can do is just click the subject line. You got the email. You can edit the email if you want to do any formatting. That one should have been like that. There we go. And then from here, I can preview it. So there's an edit panel, a preview panel. And so this is the email from last week that we published for everybody. And then if I want to send it through Listings to Leads, I can just check my list I want to send it to. And then I can either click send, I can schedule it, I can send a test email to myself, and then I can also copy the code, go to Follow Up Boss, Bold Trail. It also works when you're in the preview. This is super easy. You can just highlight this and copy it and just drop it right into your email. No insert source, insert HTML, copy code. Just copy the email and drop it right into your email editor and whatever program you're using. So you could be using Constant Contact, Bold, Follow Up Boss, right? This would work with all of those. And Fatime. Oh, Fatime. You know what? I apologize. You are going to want to reapply to the Mastermind group. I apologize. I rejected your invite or whatever. So I said no. I totally apologize. For some reason, I thought that was a spam. I went to your page. It was like new, and Facebook gave like a warning to new pages to let you know, hey, this is a new Facebook page. So I got this warning from Facebook. So I just said no. And now I see that you're on the call from Tennessee. So I want to apologize. Fatime, I believe I'm pronouncing your name right, I hope. Make sure to reapply back to the Facebook Mastermind group. And on that note, let me just show everybody, go to the marketing calendar. And if you go to resources, you will see our YouTube channel. So you can come here and watch the recordings of this later. Instagram, and then right here, Facebook Mastermind. So just go ahead and click join group, and I'll make sure that I accept everybody as soon as we get off this call today so that you can get in there and get notified of when that email blast will be live. Don't want to miss that. Do not want to miss that. All right. So let's do this. Let's go to the ads page first. And also, while that's loading, if you go to, maybe write this down for now, listingstoleads.com/blog. I'll put it into the StreamYard, although I don't think these are clickable links. Somebody want to let me know if you're able to click on that link right now from the StreamYard? Is it clickable to upload that link for you? If not, just go to that link later, listingstoleads.com/blog. And there's two things I want you to see here. One is struggling with Facebook ads and follow-up. And that is this page right here. This is there's 2 interviews and 1 short video on this page with a little write-up. This is really critical, I think, for a lot of people, because if you think about Facebook ads, and then you got Facebook ad strategy. So ads are these one-off things that we do every week. The strategy is doing it for a couple of months to where we build up our pipeline. And every month we're adding more leads. And there's a danger both to generating too few leads, not having a good follow-up, not being consistent is critical. You got to be consistent with it. If you watch both of these videos, this is an interview with one of our clients, Craig, a little blurb from one of our clients, Gordon, which is a phenomenal read, and then an interview with Gordon. And if you scroll down here, this is like a 5-minute video. This is me walking through an ad, which we're going to do today, but you're going to want to come back and see this later maybe. So it's about a 5-minute video on how to not screw up an ad. So there are some very easy ways you can mess up your ads thinking that you're actually doing a good thing when you're not most times. So I want you to come back and look at this video. And then you'll also see my 10 commandments, which let's go through this right now. And this gets to the Facebook strategy. All right. You want to do about $100 to $150 a week with Facebook ads. And especially in the beginning or when you're newer, I'm going to recommend that you run ads for listings that are for sale, because those are going to generate buyer leads. They're going to generate some seller leads for you, because there'll be people there that have a home to sell. And it's particular, if you combine it with an open house, you're going to have good things happening over time. All right. Maybe in the short run, right? When you do an open house, we did the open house call yesterday. I walked through how to generate seller leads, how to generate buyer leads, how to actually do an open house so that you're engaging people and not just letting people walk in and out without engaging them at the highest level possible. So first part here is just the idea of a budget per week. All right. You can split that budget between either 1, 2, or 3 ads. And we're going to walk through some ads that have been going on for 2 to 3 weeks, where I think one has spent about $250, maybe $350, and the other one's coming up on $450 of spend. Pay attention to your ad budget. All right. Pay attention to your cost per lead budget. So if you see a ad with a cost per lead that is too high, you can turn it off and just rerun it. And I go through some of the common mistakes, like I said, because as easy as we make it for you not to mess it up, people love to go in there and they mess around with the settings, and they actually, as I insinuated a little bit earlier, when you start messing around with the settings that we have preset for you, it can really mess up your cost per lead. So we'll talk about that again here, making sure that you're running every week. All right. Every single week. Facebook will get better typically with your ads the longer that you keep running them. Use AI text from either Listings to Leads or your own CRM. I was actually talking to a client, and the AI text in Listings to Leads, it's so darn easy. All right. It is so easy. You click to sign up. It's half off for the first 2 months. It's $50. It's $1 a conversation for the first 2 months. Absolutely worth it. And I'll talk through this a little bit today. That Leo, when you say it works, what works? Leo says it works, but the AI text is so easy to turn on and activate. You literally click a button to find out more, whatever it is. You're going to give it a name, right? You'll have 14 different names you can choose from. You're going to select, you want this work for buyer leads, seller leads, or both. And then you're going to just confirm. It's literally that easy. I've seen some CRMs and I've seen some other programs where setting up your AI text is an absolute nightmare. All right. I don't say nightmare, but so convoluted. I was talking to a client who has AI text in his CRM and he never set it up. And I was like, dude, why have you never set that up yet? He goes, oh, I got to do this. And it was like, shit, now I see why. All right. So if you don't have it, you're going to want to use ours. And I tell you, a really cool side benefit is what's a good phone number or not right away. And in the account that we're looking at today, probably 90% of the phone numbers are good phone numbers because as soon as the lead is generated, you get an email, and the email is going to say one of three things. A AI text conversation has been initiated with so and so, which is what we're looking for. Or it will let you know it could not do a conversation because it's a landline. Okay, cool. It's a landline. I'll call it up. Or three, we can't start a conversation because it's a bad phone number. It's like a fake phone number. So you're going to know right away. And then you don't have to like rush to call and drop what you're doing because you got the AI text following up. And if you go back to that link, listingstoleads.com/blog, check this out. So that first post, this is an actual screenshot. And let me see if I can make it bigger. We can read it. And it might be a little hard for everybody to read. So I'll paraphrase. But so the AI text initiate. So that's the top yellowish message. The lead says no thanks. That's June 30th. Replied back with, can I send you some off-market listings, so on and so forth. The lead says, okay. The AI text says, sounds great. What general locations? Lead responds. AI text price range, what price range you currently have in mind? The lead responded back with another location and then came back with a price range, let them know that they're downsizing, phenomenal. And then they're looking to move in about a year. And so what you're going to find is people are going to imagine a bell curve. So you're going to have leads that never do anything. You're going to have leads that do something soon. And I want to move in 3 to 6 months, 6 to 9 months, 12 months, whatever it is. But this is a kind of thing that can happen with the AI text without you being involved at all. Now, what's nice about the AI text is you can always turn it off. So if, for example, you get notified every time there's a new reply from the lead, you get notified. So imagine you generate a lead, you get notified. Then you get notified a few seconds later that a AI text conversation has been initiated. So you're like, okay, cool. We got a good phone number. I got a lead. Then maybe it goes by a day or two where you don't hear anything. All right. The AI text over time, it's like a day. So if a day would have gone by, if the AI text would have started talking and a day goes by with the lead not saying anything, the AI text would start making offers. Would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? Would you like a list of coming soon homes for sale? Would you like some down payment assistance information? Would you like our 25 insider secrets to home buying guide? So it's going to start making all these different offers of value to the lead, either as a buyer or a seller lead, to really get the engagement as high as possible. And I am seeing some really great stuff with this. So I'm going to make that back to 100. So go take a look at that a little bit later. But in listings to leads, let's click on, in fact, I already did that a little earlier. I clicked on ads. So we're going to talk about doing a listing ad today. I think I'll talk about down payment assistance. And Man, so check this one out. $350 spent, our budget, 290 spent. All right, 446 per lead. That's for a listing in Sacramento. This is down payment assistance ad. So spent 450, 337 spent so far. Both of these are videos. And then we got an image ad that just started a couple of days ago, maybe yesterday. And it's already spent a budget of $100, and it spent 1293, generated 5 leads, 259 a lead. So not bad. So let's take a look at this. And then just in a few minutes, we'll get into actually creating ads. But I like to show, so you can do video. Here is another one. This was actually done with Grok. So I uploaded an image and I just said, and you can do, you could probably do Chat GPT too. And I said, just walk to the door. And so that's just a little tiny video clip. Like it took 30 seconds to do in Grok. Maybe Chat GPT 5 could do it as well. I should check that. Right. But look how cool that is. So this is coming in at what, 446 per lead, which is a little high. It's a little high. I would rather that be the high threes, the low fours. I'm not going to argue for 446 per lead. And then again, the last one here, this is just a straight image ad. And this is coming in at 259 a lead. So this is for a listing. There's an open house. And let me see if I can. Sometimes when you click show ad, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Yeah. Yeah. Nope. All right. Yeah. It's so annoying. The Facebook API, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But so this is a Facebook lead ad. So it's capturing when people click on it, it's going to say, what is your time frame to buy? Then it's going to say automatically, there's a drop down and it's going to say, would you like a copy of my ultimate guide to buying a home? And if they say yes to that, we actually send them the guide from your account. So Leo or Diane or Josie, right? It'll be the ultimate guide to buying a home. And if it's a seller lead, the ultimate guide to selling a home, but it'll send the one from your account that's branded to you automatically. And then when you get the email notification, you will see in that email that the lead said yes or no. And if they said yes, it'll let you know that it was sent to them. And there's actually a link to that guide right in the email. So if you need to take a look at it, you want to see what was said in the guide. Now it's 130 or 110 pages, I think. So it's a pretty big guide, which is awesome because the idea is we want to not overload the lead, but in a sense we do, so that when you call them, you're able to help them get through the forest, right? Because it can be very complicated, right? To go through, do I really want to go through 100 pages or would I rather talk to somebody that knows what they're doing? I appreciate the fact that you offered and sent this to me. It looks phenomenal, but I don't think I want to sit here and necessarily go through it, although I will keep it. So that way, when you got the AI text following up, you're following up, it's going to be way, way better than otherwise. All right. So let's go to a listing. And I'll tell you, I got a client doing really well with iBuyer on Google, which I will show you that as well. Because our Google platform is really pretty powerful. All right. And if you've got any kind of questions for ads, drop them in. Let me know what kind of ad you'd like to see run. We can talk about pending. We can talk about sold. We can talk about what is your home worth, down payment assistance. All right. So feel free to type in any kind of ad that you would like to see. So when you got a listing in your account, yours or borrowed. So if you go to that blog post, Facebook struggling with Facebook ads and follow up. All right. We talk about every week, find that listing. What is I don't want to say listing of the week because that's not really the proper way to say it, but you want to, and I want you to think about this. Every week, I want to find the listing that is going to have the highest buyer interest, right? Price point. What price point in my area is really on fire right now? All right. So what is the price point? And maybe what is the area? What kind of home style? So this is not a deal of the week thing. This is not a listing of the week thing. This is a what home that is currently out there, because it is so easy to borrow a listing. All right. This woman here is a mortgage broker and she calls agents up. She's only had one time where an agent said no. Every other time, and a lot more listings than this, because once the listing is sold or pending, she deletes it out of the account. But she's only had one agent. And I just saw a Coldwell Banker agent is holding a Compass's agent. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can say that. So there's a Coldwell Banker agent in Listings to Leads. He's doing an open house this weekend, but the listing agent is from Compass. Does it make sense? So find a listing that you think like this right here is, and you've heard me say this before, right? The meat of the market. So find a listing that is the meat of the market. It may not even be your listing. Your listing may not even be a listing that you want to advertise more than once or twice, 1 or 2 weeks. Because if you keep advertising the same listing for too long, then it can just start dying out. And that's where watching that cost per lead is important, because if you got a good cost per lead, we can extend the ad. In fact, Carrie Thompson today, I was talking to her out of Grand Blanc, Michigan, and she's got an ad, $35, all right, which is on the low end, right? I want to see a $50 minimum on any ad that you run for buyer leads. $1.37 a lead. $1.37 a lead. So I said, Carrie, I said, make sure you extend that ad. Don't let a good ad die, because then when I go to rerun it, it's going to go, who knows the audience that it's going to start off going down. How effective is follow-up for a borrowed listing since it's not? No, Neil, here's the thing. Nobody knows what a buyer's agent is. They don't know what a listing agent is. They don't know what a showing agent is. All right. Maybe 1 out of 10 people. Otherwise, it's just like when I borrow a listing to hold open. Nobody's going to be coming in there and going, I don't want to talk to the listing agent, blah, 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 blah. No, I was literally out of listing. I almost got mad about a month ago, and I'm at an open house. I heard someone ask the agent, so it's the showing agent, borrowed the listing. Somebody comes in, they ask the agent some simple question, and the guy had no idea. He was just like clueless. And I was like, dude, you need to like shape up, because A, you're making real estate agents look bad, but B, you're wasting your time. What the hell are you doing here if you're not going to put a little bit of effort into this thing so that you can engage people at a better level? To walk into an open house and not know anything about what's going on, and not to be able to answer, I don't even remember what the question was, but it was a simple question. And I didn't almost say something, but I did think, geez, dude, you're really dropping the ball here. So to run an ad, once the listing is in your account, we got the good listing, it's in our account. Get with support if you need help with that. Click market listing, Facebook and Instagram ad. And if you need any help setting up your Facebook page, connecting to the right account, either get with our support team or get into the mastermind group. All right. I'm here to help you guys out, because I don't want something stupid holding you up from this. We've been able, not always, but quite a few times, we've been able to help people get their Facebook accounts when they've been hacked or turned off or whatever it is, get that straightened out for people. Now, we can't do it, but we can help point you in the right direction and give you a little info on that. If you're not able to connect to the right Facebook page, get with our support team. If there's just anything keeping you from doing this, get with our support or get into the mastermind group and let us help you out. All right. So I click Facebook and Instagram ad. I'm on the work area. All right. All of this is completely editable. So this is an open house. So it says open house in Citrus Heights. Click below or text for instant access to all photos and details and more. A little bit of a blurb. We don't want to blurb too much, because we want people to click. So the goal is not to regurgitate everything about the listing here. It's not to put in the entire property description. If you want to throw it into Chat GPT and then paste it in here, you can totally do that. I just typically, when I see the best performing ads, they are using our default text. Not always, but most of the time. And I guess my point to you is you don't have to overthink this. You don't have to sit there and waste a lot of time trying to figure out the perfect description. Now, as I work my way down here, autofills location, the radius of 15, leave it at that. Especially if you're in a larger area, I would leave it at 15. We had a lifetime budget of $35. And all that means is the $35 or whatever the budget's going to be will be spent. It's not going to be spent day by day. Facebook is going to go, okay, you got a lifetime budget of $35 for a week. So we know the general distribution of people on Facebook and Instagram week over week based on historical trends and what's going on. And so we know on this day, there'll be more people and probably tomorrow there'll be less people and so on and so forth. So it'll adjust the budget more fluidly versus if you were to go just do $5 every single day. Now it's going to spend $5 every day, no matter what. So I prefer a lifetime. And again, like I mentioned, 35 is way too low. If I'm going to be running maybe 2 different listings this week, maybe I do $60 to $65. I'm going to let it start and end. It'll start right now and end in a week. The only time I change the ending date is if I have an open house. So if I have an open house, I'm going to change it to the 21st because that's my open house date and time. And I can change the time. If I'm doing a regular ad, I just leave it. I don't even touch this. Like just listed, pending, home value, iBuyer. I don't even touch it. Next up is change template, change image, video. So you saw the down payment assistance ad that there was a video. And so you just click change image video. You can upload your video. We've got some different videos in listings to leads. So we got all sort. So I could say, if I go down, let's see what comes up. So down payment assistance, scaling down payment assistance. All right, you got images, we got videos. But again, you can upload your own. And if you're going to do video in an ad, the key of doing video is you don't throw in a property video. Don't throw in a video that kind of goes through all of it. A video for an ad should be like an introduction with a good call to action. But I'm going to hit create ad and we're good. It's literally that easy. So now I made that look a little complicated because I was going through all the different things just to point it out to you in detail. I'm going to do this one more time in a more normal fashion. So let's turn that off. So again, we click Facebook and Instagram ad, and 9 times out of 10, here's how fast it's going to be. I confirm location. I confirm radius. I leave it alone. Lifetime budget, leave it alone. I'm going to adjust my budget, right? As I mentioned earlier, I will change that. I'd leave this alone. My image, I'm going to leave it alone if it's good. If it's not, I can change out the image. And then I'm going to click create ad. So 9 times out of 10, when you go do an ad in listings to leads, because we have brought in the entire Facebook API into our system. So there's no more ads manager. There's no more going to Facebook and logging into Facebook and going through all the different options, right? If you go into Facebook ads manager, you know how insane that can be, especially if you don't log in all the time. So in listings to leads, we got everything in there for you. So there's nothing you need to worry about or mess with. And in fact, the more you leave those settings alone, typically, the better you're going to be. All right, let's go to a landing page. Here, I'll tell you, here's another great ad that's been doing really well. Price reduced homes for sale. When you go to landing pages, So landing pages, it might be a little easy. Now, if you don't have a lot, then you'll see it right away. But you can also use the filter drop down, price reduce homes, and you've got 3 price reduce homes landing pages in here. Jim, what is conversion rate within 6? Dude, that's impossible. It's not impossible. It depends on your follow up. All right. And in fact, to that point, I will get into the follow up. But if you saw, let me show you this, because everyone's follow up is going to be different. But I know here, for example, these down payment assistants doing really well. So I'm in the mastermind group. Ay, ay, ay. I didn't realize we had so many posts. There we go. So this right here. So this is down payment assistance. And I'd say price reduce is really good as well, right? Look at that, 46 leads. And in less than 2 weeks, already got 1 loan app out. 3 are still active, or 3 active conversations having 38 leads in automated follow-up, 588 per lead. So the biggest, I'm going to tell you, the most, everything's important, but consistency is important as well. And that's why, it's your follow-up. Are you going to dedicate 1 hour at least a day to follow up? Do it at the exact same time. Don't make excuses. Do you have the AI text follow-up in place as well? Do you do open houses so that people can meet you? So there's a lot of things that you can do to increase your conversion, and a lot of things you can do to make sure that you never convert anything. So the more of these things that you apply, the more conversion that you're going to have. All right. So the price reduced landing pages, if I click on marketing tools, I like the one for select area. And Neil, yeah, I'll do seller ad for home value as well, for sure. All right. So here's the ad. Attention home buyers, get the most up-to-date list of local price reduced homes for sale now. When sellers lower their selling price, you may have more negotiation power. I've seen a number of people running this ad, and they're generating good leads at a good price as well. Now, for a listing, we get the location of the listing. We get Folsom, California, Charlotte, North Carolina, Sarasota, Florida. So we know, okay, the listing is in Sarasota. So we put Sarasota, Florida as the location to run the ad, plus 15 miles. For the landing pages, things like that, PDF guides, we don't have that information. So that's really the only difference. So you'll just type in the location. I'm still going to leave 15 miles, lifetime budget of 35. And I'll go through how this ad works in a second here. I'm going to change this to $65. Start end date in 1 week. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave the image. Again, I can change the image. I can change the template. I can upload a video. This could be a great video. In fact, I see more and more people doing video ads, which is really cool. But Ruben, is anybody having issues with your ads? I just had more activity a month ago. Yeah. Ruben, so take a look at my 10 commandments. All right. Turn the ad off. Look at the images, right? Look at your budget. If you want to ping me later directly, I'll take a look at it for you as well. But you're seeing live ads right now. So they're doing pretty good. But anyways, back to this price reduced and create ad. It's literally, now what's really cool is it'll be a Facebook lead ad. So we're going to capture name, email, phone number, purchase time frame. Would you like a copy of my ultimate guide to buying a home? All of those will be captured. And when people go through the Facebook lead ad, they're going to land on this landing page. All right. Get the most up-to-date list of local price reduced homes for sale. Completely editable. I can change the background. I can change the text. I can change these replies will be yours. So whatever city you've got in your profile, whatever cities you've got listings in, we add automatically, although this is completely customizable. So they're going to select Then there's one more option here: send new, send previous, or send all, name, email, phone number. And that right there would actually be a double opt-in because you've already got their information from the Facebook lead form. Does that make sense? You've already got, when they click the ad on Facebook, you're going to have their name, email, phone number, purchase time frame, and do they want a copy of your ultimate guide to buying a home? So you're going to have all of that before they ever get to the landing page. And then so when they get to the landing page, now they can select what areas they want. And do they want just new ones or all of them? Now, they may not even fill that out. They may just bail. So in your follow-up with price reduced, right? In fact, in the AI text is not connected to price reduced yet. It's going to be soon. But for price reduced, in my follow-up, right, you call them up. Hi, this is Scott Pierce, and I'm getting ready to send you a list of price reduced homes for sale, and I just want to confirm your location. Don't ask for a million different things in the first outreach. And you can do that via text. All right. So the lead comes in, I got the phone number. So I might send a text to these leads if they don't fill out the landing page. And all I would say is something to the effect of, hey, Ruben, Scott here. I'm going to send you the list of price reduced homes for sale. What location are you looking for? And just leave it at that. If I start going, I'm the number one agent and so happy to meet you, and what great weather we're having, and what location, what price range, what size, they're going to just tune you out because it's too much work, right? They're not even going to want to deal with you. So when you follow up with leads like this, and really any lead, ask for just one small thing to begin with. All I want is them to be able to respond to whatever my first question is with something quick and easy and short, so that then I can ask a follow-up question. Because once I get them to respond once, it'll be easier to get them to respond the second and third time going forward. Yeah, Neil, unfortunately you can't, right? You got the special housing ad category, unfortunately. Now for seller leads, so let's talk about seller leads. Let me close that. So if I go to, now here's the thing about seller leads. They're going to be 10 to 20 bucks each minimum. And they're Facebook leads. So you're going to need to generate, you're going to spend a lot more money, is my point. Absolutely easy to do, but just understand you're going to spend quite a bit more money. But I'm also going to show you Google as well. So what am I doing here? So filter by type. Oh, I'll just use free home values. So free home values right here. Marketing tools. Just like before, we're going to be in the work area. Now, here you got a couple of different options. One is I can leave it at traffic. And if I do that, when people click the ad, which we see an example of right here. Oh my gosh, one second. Oh, so it's going to default to traffic. And what that means is when people click this ad, they're going to land on the landing page. All right, completely customizable. Again, all these landing pages, the form is even customizable. The images, you can have a video, the text, everything here is customizable. So with traffic, they're going to land here and they'll put in this one, they put in their zip code address. They click the button. And then I believe on the next page, it's going to be, please enter your contact information. What are you interested in? Now, this is not a webinar on how to edit these landing pages, but I think usually by default, the second page there is going to say, I've got buyers looking for homes in Folsom. Something like, what would you sell your home for if one of my buyers were interested? It's phrased a lot better than that. But for the default, for the free home values, the property valuation plus, that second lead form, instead of saying what's your email and what are you interested in, it's going to say something to the effect of, I've got buyers looking for homes in city, and it'll say the name of their city. How much would you accept for your home if one of my buyers wanted to buy it? But again, like I said, it's phrased a lot better than that. All right. So this is just the results page for the home value. What's really cool here, in fact, I don't talk about this enough. So the lead lands here. The value estimate for your home seems pretty wide. All right. They got the value estimate up here. And if I think it's priced too low as a lead, I can click there and schedule with you to talk about why the hell my home price is too low. All right. Seems just right. Recommended homeowner guides. So they can actually download a guide right here. And what's really cool is I will be notified as the agent when a lead downloads any of these guides. So check that out right there. So all branded to you, of course, nearby sold homes, schedule a real-time actual home value, all my client reviews, Google testimonial tree, Zillow, and just, so that was traffic. Now, if I were to go to lead ads, which I like lead ads because with lead ads, they don't have to even touch the landing page. I will have their name, email, and phone number. It will ask them if they like a ultimate guide to selling their home and their selling time frame. Because then in the follow-up, if they don't fill out the landing page, very similar to the price reduce, if they don't fill out the landing page, what I can do, send a text. I can phone call. I can email all three of the above and say, what's the address? What's your home address? And I'll get you your free home value in a few minutes, along with a guide on how to increase your home value the most, right? How to increase your home value the most for the least. And again, that's why when people talk about conversion, are you following up every day for 30 days? There are people that will tell you need to follow up with leads 3 times a day for 30 days, which I think is a little bit extreme, but you're going to probably get pretty good conversion. But that's where I say, that's where I like the AI text, because the AI text along with you, right? You got the AI text either through your CRM or through listings to leads. You should still be following up. All right. You should still be phone calling. You should still be emailing. You should still be sending a text. One of the things that E does and Gordon and others is they will say something to the effect of, hi, John, you've been texting my assistant, Alex, and Alex is the name of the AI text bot or whatever. And then, for example, here, what's the address of your home so that I can get your free home value estimate to you, along with my how to increase your home value the most for the least guide. Make sense? So the AI text is your secret weapon, but don't let it be the only weapon. All right. We want to make sure, again, let the AI text do its thing. All right. I'm driving my kid to school. I'm going to Safeway. I'm on a showing. I'm in a listing appointment. I don't have time to respond to these leads 24/7 at the drop of a dime. So the beautiful thing about the AI text is, oh, I generated a lead. Oh, it's a good phone number. The AI text is initiated. Oh, the lead responded. And what's really cool, when a lead responds, you're going to get an email and you just click the green button in the email. And in fact, I think it right here, I show this. Oh, maybe I don't. So there's the ad, right? But when you'll get an email notification when the lead responds to the AI text, and you just literally click a button in the email and it will take you right to the conversation. So it's awesome, but you still want to make sure that you set the same time every day. She does it from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. every day. Gordon does it from 9 to 11. Craig Johnson, who was the other interview that we were looking at earlier, he does it, right? So every single day, you want to make sure that you're following up, and as best as possible, do it at about the same time every day. Jim, is $50 for 50 conversations. So it's like $1 a conversation. But I tell you, it's worth it. Absolutely worth it. If you got it from your CRM, Awesome. Dude, I'm not here to sell you ours. I'm just here to make sure that you've got something in place so that you convert more. Now, let me show you. Let's start this one from square one again. So if I'm on the landing page tab in listings to leads, I mean, I've got all these landing pages and I want to run an ad for free home values like we just did before, but we're going to do something a little bit different. You can do this with every ad in listings to leads, and that is run it to a custom audience. And then I'm going to show you Google before we go. So check this out. Traffic or lead ad. All right. Doesn't matter. Could be, or even video view. But I'm going to do lead ad. Now she may not have a custom audience in her account. I'm not going to do location because I want to do a custom audience. And by custom audience, I mean, I upload my database into listings to leads. And I'll show you how to do that here in a second. And then it will send it to Facebook. It can take from like 15 to 30 minutes for that custom audience to be available. I would wait a day or two for it to fully populate out. But check this out, right? Everything the same, 15-mile, I got my budget. Now again, these leads are going to be 10 to 20 bucks a piece. So $50 is very light. You're going to want to go to 100 or 200 bucks for that week. And see where it says retarget. And now, okay, she does not have a custom audience, but if she did, then right there, she can just click and all the available custom audiences that she has would be available right there. And she could just select, and you can select multiple. So if you got 3 custom, you may have your database, you may have a Remine or Redx or My Plus Leads CSV file or custom audience, whatever. Click create ad. And then this way, that ad, it will only be shown to the people that are in that custom audience. And you can do that with, I think doing that for buyer leads is not great. For buyer leads, I like to let it just go to the whole area. In fact, even for seller leads in general, I would just rather let Facebook put that ad because Facebook is going to put the ad in front of appropriate people more. And B, a renter is not going to click on what is your home worth unless they're thinking about maybe trying to buy the home that they live in. They call it essentially, it's like self-selection. I'm not going to click on an ad that has nothing to do with me. I'm going to click on an ad that's appropriate, that I'm interested in. But now you know how to run it to a custom audience. But if I go to ads, let me show you here. If I go to ads, we actually have a button, create audience right here, that blue button. And I might give it a custom name. Like I might say follow-up boss, seller, home owners, sup. That way I know where did it come from. So that might have been Redx, My Plus Leads, follow-up boss, right? Whatever. I know the lead type, right? Home buyer, home seller, homeowners, whatever. And then I know the date. Upload contacts. And there's a little example here of what the file needs to look like. So it's going to be a 4-column file, email, number, phone number, first name, last name. You just upload it here. We send it to Facebook, and anywhere from 15 minutes to 2 days, that will be ready, depending on how big it is. And then that way when you run an ad to the people that were in that file, those will be the people that see it. Now, keep in mind, if I upload a list of 1,000 people, 700, anywhere from 650 to probably 850 people will get matched. Because what Facebook is going to do is they're going to take that file that you uploaded and they're going to start running it through Facebook. And they're going to be looking for name, last name, then match the email, match a phone. And if they find like name with phone, it'll match, I believe. Name with email, it'll match. In fact, if you notice here, you don't have to have all 4 values. Obviously, the more you have, the better chance of matching. But if you don't have a phone number and you only got an email, Well, that's fine. But now you've only got one data point to match against. If it's not the right email and they've got a phone, but you just didn't have it in here, now you're going to miss that opportunity. So you don't have to have all columns or rows filled out, but it's better the more that you have. And I think that just makes sense. No, Carol, that's not, no, you can retarget or go to a custom audience with any ad type. So you can do video view, you can do lead ad, traffic, right? So you'll have the opportunity for that with any lead type. And you can do custom. I don't have a pending sold here. Let me hold on one second. Let me bring this over here to my other monitor. I'm going to log out. I'm going to log into my account and I'll bring it right back over. And then we can just look at a few more things before we go. But any questions on anything from me? Let me see. How much is never mind for Carol? How do I change the image? Yep. Okay, great. Difference in traffic. Neil says, yikes. Neil, I apologize. What was the yikes for? Yeah. Do they often give a wrong phone number, Diane? Nah. You know what? Every once in a while, I'll get into or somebody will come into the mastermind group and they're like, oh my God, I got bad phone numbers. I literally will go check their account. And the problem is usually they run an ad about once every 2 months for $35. They got 3 or 4 leads and one was a bad phone number. That looks awful because you're not generating enough leads. Here's the deal. You want to be to the point where you're generating 3 to 6 leads a day, if not 5 to 7, 5 to 8 leads a day. Now, you're not going to probably have the budget to do that in the very beginning, but like anything else in life, it is consistency. It's having enough coming through the system. So if I have a gas tank that is a quarter tank of gas, but I need a full tank to get to where I'm going to run out of gas. It's not going to be a good experience. And it's the same thing with lead generation. If you don't spend a minimum amount of money, and to me, that's 125 to 150 bucks a week, you're not going to get to the point where you want to be at. Now, I get that not everybody's got the budget to do that, and I completely understand that. There's a lot of other ways in listings to leads to generate leads. And so what you'll want to do is maybe start at 75 bucks a week, start at 50 bucks a week. This is a business that you have to invest in. As a business person, you got to have money for marketing and advertising. So start somewhere and then do more open houses, do some more door knocking, right? Get into your emails, although you've only got your database to email. We're trying to increase our database. But yeah, so I would say if you can't get to 100, 150 right away, one of the most important things is going to be is to stay consistent at some minimum budget that you can handle, that you can do it going forward. Are you showing how to list of leads to Facebook? Ruben, no, I don't even think that makes any sense. I'm sorry. Are you showing today how to download the list of leads to Facebook? I don't get the question. Yeah, Ruben, let me know. Clarify that a little bit for me. I'm not really following what you mean. Yeah, sorry. Let me think. Listings. I'm going to show you just a couple of more things here. For example, pending and sold. I love pending and sold. If you got a pending listing, even where you're the selling agent, how many people here have a buyer in contract right now, or that is strong, right? Now, if they're going to drop out, don't worry about it. But how many people here have a buyer in contract that either contingencies have been removed or it looks like we're good to go? Or a recently sold listing, again, either as a listing or a selling agent. So notice I got these pending listings. I've got these just sold listings. All right. Just sold selling agent. That's where my buyer bought the property. Just sold listing agent. Right. Same idea with pending, although we don't call it pending listings agent, pending selling agent. It's just pending. But if I go In fact, let's do pending. I'm going to click on market listing and Facebook, Instagram ad. And if you go back to our blog, listingstoleads.com/blog, scroll down, there's some really good short form video ideas for pendings and solds. So here's our ad, pending in Rockland. So location, budget, start and end date, change template, do a video, retarget. So this is what I was talking about earlier. No, that's a buyer audience. Of course, I'm going to want to do a seller audience if I'm going to do a custom audience for a seller lead ad, and create ad. So even if I want to retarget to a custom audience, it's still that easy. It's just so easy. Oh, Ruben, no, yeah, okay. What I know, is there a way to get the leads to Facebook for oh, all right. I think, and see here it says AI text follow-ups. When you do an ad, if you don't have the AI text follow-up, you're going to see a little blurb right there. Subscribe, up to $49 a month for the first 2 months. Next. And then for me, because I've already been subscribed to it, but for you, if it's your first time, it's going to take you to the next page, and it's going to say with the drop down, what name do you want to use? And you'll just look at the drop down, you'll select a name. Options, do you want this for buyer leads or for seller leads or both? Select one of those options and then confirm. On the next page, it'll either pull in your credit card information or you have to add it. I can't remember. Either way, do that, and then boom, you're done. In like literally a minute and a half, you can have the AI text set up, running for you for your buyer and seller leads or one or the other. Let me turn that off. Neil, yeah. So Neil, I think you're getting just a little bit confused maybe. If not, tell me. But again, if I go to ads and create audience right here. Oh, no, hold on one second. All right. So that's one thing. The other thing in listings to leads, there will be a little thing right here to retarget. So if I go to settings, audiences, and so I can create an audience, settings. I'm not seeing what I was looking for. I'll check it out a little later. But yeah, and regardless, yes, all the leads that you are generating from listings to leads can automatically be set to be retargeted with your ads. Yeah. Neil, yikes, was the price for the seller leads. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it's funny. If you run an, all right, so check this out. There's three bands of listing ads. Coming soon, just listed, coming soon, coming soon, just listed, and active listings. Those will average about $4. I think right in the last 7 days, it was $4.32 a lead. I know that 'cause I was just talking to a client where, I brought it up. And then you got open house leads. Those come in usually about $1 more. I don't know why. I wish I knew why, but I think it's absolutely fine just because I'm going to be there. There's a chance that these people are going to actually meet me, which makes these leads even more valuable, especially if I use the listings to leads open house mastery training and conduct my open house in a way that will set me apart from everybody else, set me up with a bunch of engagement points so that I got more conversations with people, with buyers, with sellers and homeowners and neighbors, where all these people coming through, I can have a lot more face-to-face time. So if my cost per lead is about $1 more, it's a good trade-off. All right. Pending and sold, pending, I believe, is like $8 to $10 a lead. And the just sold are like 8 to 10 and then about 10 to 12. And the beautiful thing is get off of the only thing you do is a Facebook ad. All right. Look at this. I got ads. If I'm the listing agent, you're going to want to make sure to get these to the seller. If you're the selling agent or the listing agent, you want to use the nearby homeowner letter. Either mail it with Zaire Mail, with Mailbox Power, with Thanks.io, print it and mail it yourself. We got the postcards and door hangers, although I like the letters better. We got the e-flyer for your database. In fact, was working with a client about 2 weeks ago, sent this to his database. He got some leads coming back. They were clicking through. They were going to the single property website. One downloaded a guide with another client I was talking to. They filled out the follow this home right off of a pending listing. So it's a great way to re-engage your database. We got database call scripts. We got short form video scripts. All right. And I'm telling you, if you've got a pending listing, I know we're talking about Facebook ads and follow up. If you got a pending listing where you're the listing agent, get that thing on there. Get a sign writer where people can text for more information, and get the listing flyers on the yard sign. So when all of these neighbors are walking around and walking by, you can generate some of the best quality leads. So good. So good. All right. Listen, we've gone over. I apologize for keeping people late. Any questions or anything I can help with? The last thing and I apologize. Is email follow-up. One, we've got follow-ups in listings to leads. And similar to the AI text, it's so easy. You literally, in your CRMs are probably hitting about a 50% rate to the inbox. Let me know if you're higher. Ours are like 90% or more. So with our follow-up, all you got to do, click follow-up, click on. It's going to give you a few options. Don't want to send it to new leads only. Don't want to send it to existing leads in my account for that campaign. What list? Typically it'll just be seller leads. What email? Make it recurring. Click save, and that will be turned on for all the leads. Again, similar to the AI text, you can have that set up in under 30 seconds, no problem. And our follow-ups are amazing. Secondly, you can send them to your CRM. So your leads can automatically pump or pipe or whatever into your own CRM. So go to Profile CRM. We have a lot of direct connects with different programs here. And then we've also got API Nation. We got Zapier. And we got a lot in between. And there's also something called Other CRM. So if your CRM is not listed here, what you can do is if you read this here, I know people hate reading, but it says lead forwarding email address. If you get with your CRM support, ask them where that is. If you don't know where it is, grab it, drop it right into here and click save. And then we will use that. Now, it's not your normal CRM email. Don't put your login. It's not your login email with your CRM. It's a special, goofy, crazy looking email that you'll never use for anything else. You're going to drop that here and click save. And then we'll start sending list leads to your CRM. And that way you can follow up from there. All right. Are we good to go? Any questions about Facebook ads or anything else? I can hang out for a few minutes. Let me know. And let me see. Let me check my phone. Let me see if I got a message about that email. In fact, let's just go. Let's just go back to the dashboard. So again, the Fed, I think they just got done talking, and my goal is to get quicker and quicker with these emails. And so you see on mine, nope, not yet. Okay. So in an agent account, the two emails will be right here. So this is from September 8th. All right. September 5th were these two emails. And then today is the 17th. And there'll be another one today coming shortly. All right. So get it out the door. Let's get those emails. There'll be one for buyers. There'll be one for sellers. And again, you can send them through listings to leads. You can copy them and send them from your CRM, but they should be pretty phenomenal. All right. Ruben, you good? And Ruben, ping me later. I'll take a look at your ads. Usually about once a month, I'll end up doing a video actually on someone's account where I show like here's all the things I would change, if anything. And, but yeah, Ruben, just send me your stuff and I'll take a quick look at it a little bit later. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We will talk to you soon. And again, get with our support team, get to the mastermind group. If you have any questions, we'll talk to you then.